Welcome back to Easy English with Colleen. We're doing more in the series words that sound the same but have different meanings. This is part of my Essentials of English. I'm going to start from the letter H to the letter R today. So first I'll pronounce the word. Try to write it. There may be 2 or 3 ways to write it, and then I'll show you how they're written, and then see if you can explain the meaning of each word. So the first example is hair. There are 2 ways to spell hair. They have 2 different meanings. Can you write them? Hair, hair. What do they mean? Hair. This woman has very long hair. Hare. It's a kind of rabbit. Let's go to the next one. This is pronounced hay. There are 2 ways to write hay. Hay, hay. What do they mean? Hay this is a nice round bale of hay that a farmer has cut from his field. So maybe he will feed it to his cows or horses. And what's the other one? Hey, when you're trying to get someone's attention, you might wave to them and say, hey, hey, and then say their name as well, like, hey, Sam, hey, come over here. All right, let's move on to the next one. It's whole. 2 ways to write it, 2 different meanings. How do you write it? Whole, whole. And what do they mean? There's a hole in the middle of the donut. Oh, the whole pizza. Could you eat the whole pizza? The next one is I. There are 3 ways to write it. 3 different meanings. 2 of them look the same. The third one is different. So, can you write I? I. What do they mean? The first meaning is just the letter I, letter of the alphabet. The second meaning is I meaning me. You're referring to yourself. You say I. The last meaning, of course, is how you see with your eye. Let's go to the next one. The word is made. There are 2 ways to write made, and there are 2 different meanings. Can you write words? Made, made. What do they mean? The first is a job. You have a job as a cleaner. Then if you're a woman, you'd be called a maid. What does made mean? The second one. It means to create something, to make something. So this woman has just made a cake. She made a cake. It's quite beautiful. Now let's go on. The next word is male. There are 2 ways to write it, and there are 2 different meanings. Can you write it? Male, male. What do they mean? Male is an adult man. A boy could also be called male as well. It just means male or female. But in this case, it's an adult man for the example. Mail, the second one, is something that you send through the post, but you could also send mail through your email account as well. Let's go on to the next one. Night. 2 ways to write night. Night, night. You don't pronounce the K. And what do they mean? Night, it's dark, and sometimes we have a full moon. Knight, during medieval times, was a kind of warrior, and he always wore this kind of armor to protect himself. And usually they carry big swords as well. Next one. Oh. 2 ways to write oh. Think about it. Oh, oh. What do they mean? The first one is the letter O, a letter of the alphabet. The second one is an expression. Oh! When you're surprised, you might say, oh my, I didn't expect that. Let's go on. The next expression is one. There are 2 ways to write one. Can you write them? One, one. What do they mean? One is the number 1. And if you win something, then you won. You won the first prize. You won the gold cup. The next one is he. He. There are 3 ways to write P with 3 different meanings. P, P, P. So what do they mean? There's the letter P, a letter of the alphabet. There's a P that we take from a pod, a single P. Altogether they will be called P's, but there's just one single P outside of the pod. And the last one is maybe a bit rude, but not pleasant to talk about. But, you know, if you have little kids, a little kid might say, oh, Mom, I gotta pee, I gotta pee. So it's the way to referring to have to go to the bathroom. In English, if you want to be really polite, say in school when you ask your teacher, instead of saying, oh, teacher, can I go pee? You could say, can I go do number 1? We call it number 1. Yeah, so you can guess what number 2 means. So P, P, and P. So here's a poor woman who's really got to pee. So she's got to go to the bathroom fast. The next word is pale. How do you write it? You can write it 2 ways with 2 different meanings. Pale, pale. What do they mean? This girl is very pale. Her skin is very pale. She is really white. Sometimes if you're not normally pale, but you turn pale, it means that you are probably sick. But some people are just naturally quite pale. What does the second word mean? There, a red pail. So a pail is usually for carrying around water, but you could carry anything in a pail. We also call that a bucket in English. So let's go to the next one. The word is pear. Pear. There are 2 ways to write this and 2 different meanings. How do you write it? Pear, pear. And what do they mean? Pear is a fruit, a very delicious fruit. What's the other pair mean? It's when you have 2 of something. Here It's a pair of socks. The next one is red. How do you write it? Red, red. What do they mean? The first meaning is the color red. The second meaning is when you've finished a book. You've read a book, the past tense of read. And that's it for today.